What's happening, guys? Today I want to take you on a quick drive-through tour of the farm at Carolina Forest. As you can see, here we go. We're coming in the main entrance of the farm. We just turned on to Farmers Rest Drive. This is the main entrance in and out of the development. However, I will say one of the great things about this neighborhood is that there are several ways to get in and out of the community. There's this main road here that we're coming. There's also two other ones that access out onto Carolina Forest Boulevard. And then there's one that goes out the back entrance, which you'll see here at the end of the video, out onto Wheatfield Drive, which is a great thing. So here we come. We're coming in. Here's the main roundabout as you come through. And we're going to go through first the activity center here, which is in the center. This is a great spot where they do a lot of activities in the neighborhood. There might be poker night or a chili cook-off or just crochet night or knitting night or whatever. All kinds of activities take place in this. Used to be the old sales office when the development was being built. This development was one of the larger ones built in Carolina Forest. You're about 1,700 to 1,800 homes in this development. So a lot of great opportunities here. As we come back out of the roundabout, we're going to go here and we're going to take a right onto Carolina Farms Boulevard. As you can see on the right, it's nice and fenced off. On the left, that is the main amenity center where the fitness club is. You can go and work out. There's a basketball court and also the 800,000-gallon pool. There is some speed bumps. You got to be careful when you're going through the development. But as you see, as we're driving through here, this section here is the first that was built. These homes were built probably in 2004, 2005, 2006. That little circle here that we're about to go in, these were the original models that were being built in the development back in 2005, 2006. And so just a small little roundabout here to kind of show you a little bit about what the houses look like. But as you can see, the trees have grown back up because it's had some time to grow up and give a lot of good shade and privacy throughout the development. Back on to Carolina Farms Boulevard, here we go. And we're going to just keep going around this a little bit here and checking out some other parts of the development. And we're going to take a left here onto Haystack Way. And here you can see, like I said, these were some of the first homes built in the development back in 2005, 2006. And Haystack just kind of keeps looping through here. As you can see, a lot of people have gone in and personalized their landscaping a little bit. The big birch trees, those were originally planted in here back by the builder, and so you can see some of them are nice and large. But other people have taken them out, put in palm trees, like the one there on the right. You can see they put a palm tree instead in. A lot of personality in this development, which is always great. All right, so we're going to take a left here now onto Scarecrow Way. Scarecrow is one of the other larger streets that runs through the development. This was the original phases back here at first that you're seeing. And as we continue down the road here, you'll notice that the house style starts to change in a little bit. As they built the last sections of it, it was one of the last phases that they did. These houses are going to look a lot newer and be a different style. They're going to be more larger and what they're more building nowadays. Some of this section also had natural gas then, which was an upgrade at one point, and then in most of the DR Horton communities became now a standard feature. So in this development, the earlier stages in the front, 2005, 2006 builds up through probably 2013, 2015, all were full all electric. And then as natural gas came to the area, they started to add it throughout. As you can see, there's a lot of also natural preserves and wetland areas where the trees were untouched, like over here on the right. Homes will never be developed there. It will always stay that way because this development is fully complete. Some homes like the one there on the left, that was a westerly. It gave the ability to have 3-car garages. So you will find a few homes throughout this development that will even have a 3-car garage. I know, as we're driving through here, it looks like we're speeding around, but we're really not going that fast. We're only going about 15 to 20 miles an hour. The speed limit actually in this development is 25. But just because you don't see any of the car and it's lower to the ground, it seems like we're going faster. But here we go. We're continuing on Scarecrow Way. And we're just driving through. You can see a lot of the development here. Some of the sections, as you see there on the right, have group mailboxes, and then other sections like right here, each home has its own individual mailbox. As they were building out the development, the Postal Service came along halfway through and said, hey, we can't keep delivering the mail to everywhere, so you're going to have to change things up and put in group mailboxes instead for people. Yeah, we're just driving around, showing you some of it. It was a nice sunny blue day, so we just went through and drove around to show it to you. So as we're going along here, we're now in the newer section, but in a moment you're going to see the street change the color right about here, and now we're back in the older section that was built in the 2005, 6, 7 range. Still on Scarecrow Way. Like I said, this is one of the main roads, so we're just driving the whole length of it for you to kind of see what it does and where it goes. A lot of nice landscaping, some pretty flowers there on the left. And you can see there's some side streets. We didn't go down every side street because if we did, this video would probably be about an hour and a half long to go through the whole neighborhood and drive up and down every single street in here. But as we continue going down this road, in a moment on the right, which would be just behind these houses on the right there, is the secondary pool amenity center. It's not quite as large as the main one, but it's still a good size. And we're going to take a left here. We're back now on Carolina Farms Boulevard, which is the main loop that goes around the entire development. This section here is also some of the older homes built probably 2006, 2007, maybe even into 2008. And coming up here in a moment where this fence comes in, on the right, this road right here, which we're about to go past, is called Picket Fence Lane. And this was a single road they put in, which was called the estate section. The homes in there had lots that were a little bit larger, so they built a lot of their larger floor plans in there. And there's several homes on that street with 3-car garages. Continuing through, we're still in that early build phase, but you'll see here in a moment, right as we start to go over the speed bump and go up just a little bit further, the concrete street's going to change again. And when it changes, we're back into the newer segment where a lot of your newer construction from the 2015, 2014 range on took place. This development was being built when the market crashed before. So, in fact, right here is the change right now. We're into the newer section. And so when the market crashed, they just stopped the development there, and it was a dead end. But they since then went back through, built everything up, and went on and finished out the community. But as we continue here on Carolina Farms, you'll start to see this is probably one of the newer sections of the development. As they went and they built basically Carolina Farms when they restarted, and then finished in the parts behind it on some of the little smaller roads. And the whole development was done by about 2017, 2018. But as you can see, a little bit larger homes that are back in here. A lot of these homes are 3,000, 4,000 square feet on some of them in size. A lot of them, like the one on the left right there, that is a Tillman floor plan. So it's a 5-bedroom, 3.5-bath house with over 3,000 square feet in it. Really large home floor plan that they have. As you can see, as we're coming up here, the home that's actually straight ahead of us as we're about to go around the turn, that home is huge. It's over 4,400 heated square feet. It is very large. And then the one that's coming up here sitting on the corner straight ahead of us right now, that is one of the largest homes in this development. I think it's 7 bedrooms. It's like 5,000 square feet. It's massive. But once again, as you can see, there's different sections throughout where people have kind of done their own custom landscaping throughout the development. We then also have sections like this where they kept it natural, where the trees, and was kind of more a preserve area, it's kept natural. But as you can see, as you're going back through this section, the landscaping here has not grown back in all the way yet. It's not fully back just because it's not as old. You give this another 3 to 5 years and it'll start to look more like the front section that we drove through first. And so right where that car came out, if we were to turn right on that road, you would go out straight to Carolina Forest Boulevard and could get out and turn right and head down to 501 or turn left and go over to River Oaks Drive. But we wanted to keep going straight so you can kind of see the whole loop of Carolina Farms Boulevard. And once again, now we're back into the older section that was part of phase like 2 and 3 of this development, well before, the market crashed completely. But as you can see, through this section, there's sidewalks, there's bike lanes as well for people to drive. So there's a lot of great ability to be active in this community. There's places to walk, there's places to ride your bikes, and the roads are a little bit wider, so you can do those things fairly safely without having to worry about anything. And so as we keep going down here, we're almost back to the activity center again. Be there in about a minute from now, I'd say. Here's kind of the phase 1 of houses that was started in the beginning. And as we go over this speed bump, you should see straight ahead of us right there sits the activity center. And so we basically did giant loops around the development. The whole Carolina Farms itself, I believe, is just over 2 miles in length to go all the way around. And so here we are back at the roundabout to go around. And if we were to turn right, we could go out the development that way for the 4th entrance exit out of the development. And that one goes on to Carolina Forest Boulevard as well. And so we're just going to keep going around the loop because I want to take you over here. Okay, so I paused the video for a moment and fast forward a little bit because I want to show you, in addition to the single family homes, there's also a whole section here called the Orchards, which is a segment inside the farm at Carolina Forest where it's townhomes. There's 2-bedroom and a 2.5. There's 2-bedroom, 2.5-bath townhomes here. There are 3 bedrooms, there's 4 bedrooms, some that have just a driveway to park, some that have a single car, and then also some with a 2-car garage that you could purchase. The largest floor plan in here was about 1,800 square feet, so it's rather sizable, and then also had a 2-car as well. So we're right now on the inner loop called Barn Owl Court. In fact, my first home that I ever owned was right here on the right. It was a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath condo, or townhouse, I guess I should say, with a 2-car garage out back. Loved that place when we lived there. Had a first-floor master. But as we grew in age, we needed something with land. And with kids, got to have a place for them to play in the backyard. And we got tired of having to walk the dog across the street to go to the bathroom. So we're down here at the end now of Barn Owl Court. And we're just going to turn. And we're going to go back up this side. So the inner loop on this section called the Orchards is Barn Owl Court, and the other section, which is the outer loop, this is a one-way street, by the way. So the inner loop is called Barn Owl Court. The outer loop is called Harvester Circle. And we're going to take another right, back onto Carolina Farms Boulevard. If I were to take a left there, I could go over to Haystack, which we went through in the beginning of the video. Oh, hey, somebody just subscribed to my main channel. Thanks. Here you have Corn Pickers and Corn Planters Lane, some of the funny names of streets in the neighborhood. Everything in this development was named after things you'd find on the farm. So there's Haystack Way, there's Harvester Circle, Corn Pickers, Corn Planters, Scarecrow, Red Rooster Lane, all kinds of fun names, all having to do with a farm. And so as we come to this intersection here, one's a little busy because people are coming in and out off of International Drive. But I want to go down here in one moment, and I want you to see, here is the secondary amenity center on the left, right there, with another pool for you. And when we came down Scarecrow a little while ago in the video, we came out right at this intersection right here. All right, so I paused the video a minute to turn right around, came back here, and we're just now turning back onto Wheatfield. And as we take Wheatfield here, you're going to see on the left, these are where they built these condos. They didn't build many buildings of it. There might be 10 or 15 of them. They're 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom condos with at least a 1-car or 2-car garage attached to them. But as we go out Wheatfield here in a moment, you're going to see on the right is Ocean Bay Middle School, which is the middle school for this area. Next to it on the other side is AAST, which is the Academy for Arts, Science, and Technology. And as we go over this speed hump here, you're going to see straight ahead of us is Ocean Bay Elementary. And that road, which is the car just drove by there a moment, that is International Drive. We can take International Drive and head over to the beach, or we can turn left out of here and go out to Conway. Pretty quick and pretty easy. And so this is a full drive through the farm at Carolina Forest. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video as we drove through the farm at Carolina Forest. If you have questions about this development, want to learn more about it, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is down below, and I am here to help you make a move to the beach as easy as possible. You can either email me info@jeremyblanton.com, or if you want, we can book a 30-minute call at jeremyblanton.com. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, get the bell on, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.